YouTubers. I hope you enjoy about the show. Today's Cyberstorm Assets, which is out next week. It's a sneak peek this weekend. So, Cyberstorm Assets will change quite a lot of the format. There's some very good cards, very powerful cards in this set for the particularly purely R-type and other decks too. So a lot of stuff. Mathematics get some new stuff too with cyber sort of stuff. So, and you get some new additions too. There's quite a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's talk about. So again, Firewall and Cyber. Yes, Firewall gets 2 new cards. They get a level 4 and a level 5. Basically makes you can get to like another monster, so it's nice. Then they get a new Link 6, which is really good. Basically, it can bounce as many materials as extra deck materials. Basically, got a new fusion, which is good, and the original monster. This is kind of last of the cyber support, I would say personally. It's the last of the cyber support, so which is good. And we are getting a new type in the next set, so we'll have to talk about that and stuff, which is cool and quite cool. As last of this cyber, I think this has been a very good and very powerful deck. I think it's been assigned in the end of the. As a type in general, I think there'll still be other Cyber's cards printed out, but I think they won't be so good. So with and stuff. So I think there'll be others. So next is the Super Heavy Samurai. Now, Super Heavy Samurai are quite a weird deck. Okay, basically there's no spells and traps for the deck. This deck basically it is just monster mash deck, basically, yep. And it's a pendulum based deck too, so you can pendulum summon and stuff, which is quite cool. The deck was a rogue at best, and now it's a good tier 1 sort of deck. And you can play it loads of ways. Super Heavy Samurai, you can play as itself, you can play as a nice engine too. That's like I'm doing with Animents and Painters and stuff, which is quite cool. Quite handy what this deck do. It does quite a lot, but if you play as an engine, you do have to do a lot of stuff first before Super Heavy Samurai, because you get stuck into only using Super Heavy and machine sort of effects, which is a shame. But the synchro based deck, Arc 5, anime based deck, you have to play all monsters, which is quite funny. So you can't play any spell and trap card removal in your main or side, so it makes it really hard. You need to find stuff that can remove from the vanish pile and stuff, for the graveyard to vanish, so which is quite interesting and stuff. And if you want to play spells and traps for this deck, which is quite cool and quite neat. It's also quite easy to pick up. It's not hard. It's cheap at the moment still, yeah. And then we got the Bestial branded new support. So we got the new synchro for so we got some synchros for the Bestial stuff, and yes, they got a tuner with a synchro, and then also but Despian summoned this card too in a way, so that's pretty cool. So the new synchro, this card's one of the chase cards. Basically, you need a tuner and any dragon monster can make it. It's level 10, so it might be a little bit hard to make, but it's very easy with most decks to make now. And basically, if your card's banned, you can negate 1 card and it can come back, which is quite good. And then you got a Foolish Barrel card here with the branded and Despian stuff, which is quite cool. And then we've got a new single one you just summon from the X deck, which you don't care, yeah. I don't know how you summon it, but you can summon it apparently, yep. And you got a new level 8, which is you can do instead of Burst Function if you want to. A new Feel Spell, which is called a Despian level 4 tuner, which is looking quite cool. There's all sorts in this set. There's a few cards, we'll see a few plays and stuff, which is quite cool, quite handy, really. And then we get the Melodromes. So Melodromes they're part of the Star Frost lore. Basically, they're like the little trees and stuff. They're like the spring of these new empire. And these 2 flows, you pop them, and then they can flow into their cells. Yep. The Feel Spell searches them. It's can summon them can search them, which is quite cool. And basically, the idea of the deck is if you have monsters with 1500 and 2100 defense, you can special summon them, and if they get pop, they float. They can float into their cells, and the Feel Spell gets more swarming coming up. And the synchro is pretty good too. The synchro can target as many times as with how many tunings you can use on it. It's level 10, and also it can't be destroyed by card effects, so it could be a good later card and stuff. So it could be good for it too. Okay, so you got a nice draw card, which is quite handy. Yeah. A nice card can search your Feel Spell, a negate card. So the deck's looking very powerful. It's not going to be good now, but next set it will be good next format. I reckon the next set in Duelist Exodus, I think this deck will be good. This deck will be good and quite powerful. You play with Scareclaw. You have to find an engine to play at the moment because there's only 3 monsters in the main, so you will have to find another engine. The Dream Eaters. So how to play this deck in fully? This deck plays quite weirdly. So the best way to play in this deck is at the moment. Remember the card Minion Eaters? Basically, this is the Eater Minions deck, basically. Yep. You basically balance your extra deck and you get your searches. Yep, to get searches and stuff, which is quite cool. This one draws you one card and puts a spell track card in your from your deck, and then you can, because it's a pendulum monster, you can special on these 2 from your extra deck, which is quite cool and quite handy. Yep, and stuff, which is quite good. You got a Conjuring Spell, can search 2 cards, which is good. Now search, which it's quite good and quite sort of handy. This deck's gonna be cute. I think this deck won't go very far, but I think it's cute. Purely, the 2 cards are common. This will be the easiest ever. This makes purely one of the best decks in the format, apparently, in the OCG. So we've got the level 1 basically searches all your continuing spells and your monsters and your spells and traps, which is quite handy and stuff, which is good. Then you got a new quick play, which you draw 1 card, and it's supposed to help you out and stuff, because it means you can draw and get like 3 or 4 cards on the opponent turn, which is nuts. You could end on +4, which is mad. And very good, very powerful. Yep, and you get a new XE next set, so yep. Stellar Knights have changed quite a lot. If you remember correctly, it was with Shadows and Cliffforts and Burn Abyss. There used to be this control heavy deck with Call of Haunted, the Ways of the Dragon Soul, and all this. You can bounce all the cards, reset them, all that, quite boring. And now it's come like a sort of mid-range combo deck and have 7 disruptions. It's very powerful now. It's also, you can play Corsters in this now, which is really good and makes it really different. So now it's come a rank 4 sort of spam, do my combo sort of deck. I haven't tried the new combos yet, but I heard the deck's pretty good. It hasn't done very much, but I think it will do something in the future. It's something to watch out for. The Nicotana's got 2 new cards. I've got a card that searches the trap and a new equip, which is quite good, and it's removal, which is good. It bounces the card back to hand, so you don't always have to fight stuff in battle, which is quite good and quite cool. Yeah, I think these cards could be good. They get more stuff in the next set, so I think it will help out in the future. The new Dishonours. So basically, this is the Pendulum deck. This was in with the Donald decks and the in Arctics. They get a new quick play spell, Soul Reapers, and they get a new Link 3, which is really good and really powerful. I think it'd be good in all sorts of Pendulum decks. I think this card could help a lot of things, and a new quick play could be quite good and stuff. I think this deck could be, it's nice we've got these nice new things. They won't do very much, but it's quite good. Then this is 1 card archetypes and card fillers. Now there's a lot of card fillers, but also some of these cards are quite good. So we got the new Spirit monsters, which is quite good. I could count them as spirits, but spirit's not really an archetype to me, it's just a type. Then we've got some cyber stuff. We have got some Infinity Tracks, Ice J is 1, Amazements, we've got the new Dual Terminal, F4, Trial Brigade, spells, and we've got some other spell cards too, Cashier, new Hero Ace cards, and other stuff that's pretty cool and quite handy. Yeah, this is just pack fillers, which is quite cool and quite unique. Yeah, there's some quite good cards in this set. Chase cards, these are your chase cards this set. We've got some quite good chase cards. We've got the Chaos Angel, we've got the, obviously, the Bestial one I told you earlier about. Then we got the new B-Trooper card, which really got the new Starfrost Synchro Fusion, which is really good. We got this card here is for Dragon Link players. If anyone's playing Dragon Link, they need to try and pick up. We got the new B card also, which is quite cool and quite cute for any trap heavy decks. This is supposed to help us, right? But it also could be good against. We've got the new Virtual World XE, which is really good. I think this could help out Virtual World in some way. Got a new limber mounted quick play continuing spell card, which is really cool. We got a new counter card, which is really unique. We also have got the new spell card, which lets you draw to every turn and gives you additional awesome, but you can't do anything else with it, so it depends. You need a deck. It can be a deck, need to be a control deck, can benefit out into draws, which is quite good and quite handy. And then we've got two other 2-track cards too, which are looking quite handy and stuff, which is good. And then we got the world premiere. So we got some new So we got a new Pendulum card. Got all the gold prize. All the gold prize stuff is really good actually. I think this is gonna be really put the deck up to 11. Really, I think it's gonna really benefit the deck a lot. The synchros, the fusion's really good. You know, just take your opponent's monsters and use the material and stuff, and you equip to it. The new XE is really good. It's really generic, also, which is really handy. And the new spells and traps are really good for the deck. Then we got some new TCG is great. We've got a new Synchron, which is quite cool. Can bounce stuff, which is cool. A new generic Pendulum. A rank 5, which can get any monster from the deck, which is quite cool. You can do some nice things with that. And some more Pendulum stuff. Nick and some nice reprint stuff. The imports are actually alright this set. They're actually not too bad. I would say personally, not too bad. I think this set's gonna be interesting. Still, I still think this deck's gonna be. I think this set's gonna be interesting. Obviously, you can see some of the imports are pretty good. I think this set's gonna be good. I think this is the sort of. This is the last cyber stuff, but there's not much cyber stuff. There's not much cyber stuff, which is quite a shame. But there you go. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the show today. Subscribe from Montreal. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Skyrock. Yep, all those. Not before, I won't be playing tonight. I'm going to see a magician at the stables tonight. Going to see the Bone Straggler. So I hope that will be good. Don't play in the weekend. We're getting a bit close to our games. So it's a bit of a squeaky